So I'm going to show you how to set up your color wheel using a protractor, a compass, and a ruler. The first thing we need to do is we need to find the center of the paper. And I know that this paper is 7 by 7, so I need to find the exact center. So to find that, I am going to use the ruler and find the 3.5 mark on the bottom. Just make a little tick mark there. Find the 3.5 mark on the top, make a little tick mark, and then draw a line connecting those two marks that I made. I'm going to do that on both sides, so then I know where the center point is. I'm going to turn my paper. The one thing that I want to make sure not to do is that when I'm making these two tick marks, I'm not like spinning my paper, because then I'm having the one start on different sides, and we want the one to start on the same side. That way we know that we're being exact on our markings. The paper that you might get might be a little off, but that's okay. As long as we're finding the we're trying to find the exact center, we should be okay. So now that I have, this crosshair, I know that the center is right there. And that's the point that I'm going to use to make the rest of the color wheel. So what we're going to use next is a compass. You might have like a different type of compass, but this is the one that we have in the classroom, and it's really easy to use. The center mark is this, and you're just going to put the little dot that we made underneath this little brad here, and then we'll use the circles on the sides to find the radius of our color wheel. So I'm going to start by putting my circle right in the middle so I see it through the brad, and I'm going to find the mark that is the first radius that we need, which is 0.75. And this is the 1 radius, so I'm going to use the dot that's closest to the center part as my 0.75. So I'm going to put my finger on the brad, put my pencil in the first hole closest to the center, and then just spin the circle, pushing my pencil through so that it draws the circle. So that's the first one. And then I'm going to keep my brad in the center and now find the 0.15. So this is the 1. The 1.5 is this dot that's kind of, I would say, go the inside of this mark, which says 1.15 radius. So I'm going to put my pencil in there and then spin it around. And then I'm going to find the 2.25. So this is the 2, this is the 3. So I'm going to have where this mark is, on the outside of that one. Spin it around. And then the last one I'm going to find is the 3. So the 3 is right here. And then spin it around, making sure to keep it flush and not move too much. And there are our concentric circles for the color wheel. After this, we need to use the protractor to find the degrees that we need to mark. So the 90 and the 180 is already marked for us by the marks that we did for the crosshair to find the center. So now we need to mark every 30 degrees. So from 180, we need to do 150, so put a mark, 120, then 90 is already marked, and then 60, 30, and 0 is already marked. So then I'm going to flip it over to do the other side and mark the same degrees on that one. There's a little mark on this that shows you the center. So this little mark right here, if you can see it, that's what we want to line up with the lines that we've already drawn. So I'm going to line that up. 50, 20, 90, 60, 30. Then I have those marks. Now I'm going to use my ruler and match up my marks on either side, going through the center. So making sure that my line goes through that center point that I've already found. So if your line doesn't go through that mark, you might not be matching up the marks correctly or in the same spot. So like the 60 on each side, or just make sure that you're trying to go through that center and you should be fine. And that's how you create the color wheel with a protractor and a compass.